It says it's working. Is it working? Yes. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. It really can't make this shit up. It says I'm streaming in dual format, which is great. Swedish Forge can validate this. One of our viewers slash subscribers who's helped us a lot. I actually shared with him behind the scenes the issue that was being experienced here before, and unfortunately there's nothing you can do except delete the app or delete all your YouTube keys, and once all your YouTube keys are deleted, you are pretty much good to go. And the good thing about deleting Streamlabs, which is the app that we're using here, is that I believe it saves your settings in the clouds or somewhere deeply embedded in your computer, so that when you delete it, everything that glitches within the app experience resets all your settings. You don't have to add your mic again. You don't have to do all that other fun stuff. So I deleted the app and reset everything without having to put this mic in, that mic in, and which is just phenomenal. And Streamlabs, thank you for that. They must be familiar with that. That's probably why they set it up that way, so that when you delete the app and reinstall it, all your settings are there again. We make these videos so you don't have to. Alright, so FPV Indoors, this is our new series thanks to Mark Bay, which is great, especially with all these TFRs happening, FAA cracking down on you. They will show up. And if you're flying in Nevada, no one's showed up in my neighborhood, but I've seen stories on forums where, not forums, the Facebook groups, where people are just flying in the neighborhood and someone showed up, showed their badge with the air marshal, etc. So they do have the technology that will sense you, and the last thing you want to do is fly your drone and then have everything registered with the FAA, doing all the accessory stickers and things like that, everything you need to do, launch the Before You Fly app, and then all of a sudden you don't have a spotter. Now you're flying the drone within visual line of sight. So this is for those that want to fly but can't fly. We have some of our viewers. We're going to meet up with Ken on Friday. We're going to fly his Avata 360. So FAA, if you're watching, please do come. Maybe you can share some pointers on what people should do and not do. That would be great. It'll be an educational experience for everyone. But it's no longer, you can no longer be that rogue pilot where you're just flying like, nah, no one's coming, right? No one's gonna see me. Nah, it doesn't work like that anymore. Maybe with these drones, the homebrew drones that don't have remote ID on them, it's luck of the draw. But I've seen the video online where what's it called, the guy from the Pilot Institute got a taste of the technology, and they were just giving him a walkthrough on how they're able to detect these drones at the stadium. And apparently they had shared that they can detect even drones without remote ID. It's probably, but I think that only works if they have the technology installed around the facility that needs to be monitored. It kind of works like the Garmin, if you see my video, the Garmin radar. The radar will just pick up a car from like 1,000 feet away, and then it goes beep beep. So I think it works the same way with the drone. So even though it doesn't have remote ID, it's not going to it'll still pick it up, but as long as that technology is within the vicinity. Whereas like now, if I fly this in the yard, I don't think anything will happen, because unless they have the radar technology to pick up anything in the sky. Anyway, knowing that, and then moving forward, just be responsible and have a spotter, and you will be golden. All right, so this is the FPV Indoors. This is the one that we have here, the I forget what it's called. Oh, the Sub250. Yeah, that's right. You want to back up your rates just to make sure, for the sake of, let me just make sure we have some sound too. Oops, return, yay. And then I'm just going to check over here, make sure there's audio, because we just would like to blow out the chat. Yeah, oh, nice. Right. There I am. Never thought I'd see myself on YouTube. Just going to bust out the chat here. It's a bummer because the stream was scheduled and there were people looking forward to it. I actually got an email from a couple of subs looking forward to it, but they'll find it. And thankfully, one of the guys that chimed in said he was gonna see us at 10:30. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, you want to back up the rates, and we'll do all that stuff after we fly, because I want to fly, because that's where we're 30 minutes behind. And then after we're done with the batteries, I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna fix this here and maybe sew in or glue. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it, but I want to put something under there so that when it crash lands, right, it has a nice soft landing. We have one here, and then we'll see how it flies, right? All right, so we're just gonna set up everything so that it works out just right for you. And now we're just gonna go here. Who's that? Yo, I didn't hear no bells. I hear it, but I don't see it. You heard that too, right? That usually means someone, but I don't see anyone. Hold on, let's see. Let's go to another window. Here, I'll show you. Samsung. Oh, there we go. It was a delay. Also, I'm making a Spider-Man web shooter. That is really cool. Congrats. Congrats, Mr. Spider-Man. I remember Spider-Man. I used to watch the cartoon. Spider-Man, where are you coming from? I think that one's from the electric company. I think the other one, nobody knows where you are. But there's the other one. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever. That's so cool. I've seen a lot of people doing Spider-Man thingies with their 3D printer or customize, and then the Iron Man. That's another popular one. The Iron Man costume that opens and they just go into like the whole deep down the rabbit hole of the electronics. All right, so let's set this up. What else do they say? I got the web chiseling and the trend setter. That's so cool. That's great. Anyway, we're going to be flying our drone. I just need to find the connector. Just need to go into my phone and set this up. This is the hardest part, to be honest with you. Hopefully not. Just want to make sure reflector is open. Damn it. So weird. Reflector should have started up. But thankfully, my phone will be better than Ken's. Because I believe my phone always connects after like a few attempts. Oh, first, let's do this. Oh yeah, let's do the phone first. I think if Ken updates his, it'll be okay. But even for me, I have trouble too. It's like it's just an update issue. Okay. It's still loading. Am I on the network? Make sure my Wi-Fi here is Verizon. And this one's still, I may have to reboot the phone. Nope, it says AirPlay. Nope, okay. You're killing me. Let me just check the settings. This is so you can see what's in my screen. Okay, we're good there. That's good. Alright, so now we're just gonna go into settings. Display and brightness. If you want to recreate this video, is set to never. Remember, display. You want to have your own FPV series indoors, and you can really fly indoors, right? You're like, that guy can't fly. It's okay. I'll get there one day. So now I'm gonna go here. Forget about it. Come on, you got this. Come on, little guy. Phone. Worst case scenario, we reboot the phone, or you got to plug it out and then plug it in, so you hear the boom like that, and then you know that you're connected because it's via. We have to do hardwired, wireless. So it's going to go from here to here wirelessly, and then hardwired into the computer so that you can see my screen. Whoops. Sort of. You're killing me. So as you see, that means we got to do this. Plug it out. Plug it in. Yay, so you heard that. Boom. That's what you need to hear. DJI has got to fix this because this is an issue with them. I have no trouble with any other experience except this one. And once we have the phone, then I can push from here to there. But it looks like it's not working. It will. We'll get it. We got this. I got you, bro. If you saw in the last live stream, this is the part that took forever, but we know what to do. We're going to shut it off. Sometimes it just happens that way. But today's just not that day. Today is just one of those days where everything was glitching out. But the good thing is with this, we just deleted the Streamlabs application and the stream got up and running again. But you definitely need some time on this. I got the, yeah, that's good. Spider, are you programming your web slinger, or is it something, you buy a kit and put it together, or you got at a garage sale and you're you know, refurbishing it, rebuilding the spider web thingy. All right, phone's booting up. This part's fine. This part's the Apple part. It's the DJI part that needs and because it's sharing wirelessly to here, it gets confused, like which one to prioritize. Like, should I prioritize? See, there we go. That's the sound you want to hear, and it's, like I said, a DJI thing. Now I can scroll down. Well, that's doing that, and then we can't have an FPV Indoor series if we can't see the FPV. I can share with you my experience and be like, oh my god, that's so cool. Anyway, I'm flying through the house. It'd be like a little narrative monologue, but we want to share the experience. Wait, there we go. Yay, we got it. All right. So now I just got to wait for my phone so I could, it's asking for a code. And these codes are regenerated. Like when I sign off and reboot my computer, it's going to generate a new code for me to see here. Just a little bit of delay. 0694. I just hope that, you know, what we see here is nice and clear. And it just might mean that I need to reboot the router upstairs too. Yep, and there we go. Yay! And now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in, I think it's forced landscape right. One of those. Forced landscape right. Sweet. And then go here, and then now I'll let you guys see what I'm doing. DJI Fly. And as long as that loads, you can probably see in your peripheral vision. Good. So the app's loaded. Now we're gonna go in here, turn this on. There we go. And then we turn this on, and then you put your battery in, because by the time you get set up, the battery will have been dead, or the air unit will have overheated, if that makes any sense. So now this is how we hear a beep beep. As soon as we hear that, then we can put a battery in. All right, let's see. Wait a minute. This has to be thrown into wireless mode. So then, whoops, and if you see, if I double tap, it gives me a picture-in-picture. All right, so now, hopefully in the perfect world, we should be able to see over here, Samsung Me. Yay, and then I get rid of this thing right here. See the goggles? It says goggles right here. And whoops, don't, you have to be careful, it's a little fickle. So now I'm gonna click here on my phone, goggles. Hopefully it doesn't boot us out. Fuck, I hate when that happens. When it's upside down like that, it just means you gotta spin again. It means you gotta quit the app. And this is why you don't want to put the battery into your drone. Because, like I said, it would have overheated already. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. Play it again, Sam. I can't make it up. Alright. Samsung Me and DJI goggles. If it's upside down, that means fuck. I wonder if I just do. What happens if I press it again? No, it won't let me. We can't use it with the mouse. DJI, you gotta fix that. It's not me. That's DJI. As you can see, the app. They glitch out. They were good back in the day when they supported the US. Like if there was something wrong with your drone, I always did my live support sessions. Any issue I had with a DJI drone. Hey, what's up? Twine Tapestry. Any issue I had with the DJI drone, I would do on a live stream, and DJI would see it and like, oh yeah, we see that too. That should not be happening. And then they'd be like, you know what, check your email. They would white glove service. I'd have to do nothing, zero. They would I would have a UPS return label ready to go to be printed. And then things started change. Oh nice, there we go. Things started changing where they started gaslighting you, and it's true. The proof is in the pudding. every live stream. I'm not making this shit up. Then they start gaslighting you, like, oh, can you tell us where in the video it's happening? I'm like, what do you mean? You just saw it. What do you mean where in the video is happening? Did you even watch the video? So then I give them a time stamp of where exactly it was. And then they'd be like, oh, can you give us the timestamp? I'm like, wait, I just told you where it was. Well, you fucking shitting me? And then a lot of that kept happening over and over and over again. And then finally, they stopped doing that. And then they just sort of like, you got bounced around to someone, and then they would be like, play the blame game. It's not me, it's you. Maybe you're doing something wrong. Try doing this and that. And I was like, forget. And I could see why they were doing that. It's because even if there was something wrong with the drone, or it was them, they can't do anything anyway, because they're not going to ship you a new one, because there's no more care refresh. That's the other thing. Hold on. Hopefully we don't get. Yeah, it just sucks. That the whole just booted out, but let's see. It should be pushing. It shouldn't be delayed. So now I gotta go back home. Oh. Because I have full visuals here. I don't know why. It just said it's connecting to 04 air unit, which is good. But on the phone, not good. No bueno. We can live stream from the phone. We can go home. And then connect to goggles again, and hopefully it lets us. Nice. It's just that if it goes upside down, that's the issue. So I'm just trying to do story time to kill time, so that, as you can see, welcome back to Everything That Glitches. As soon as we get the beep beep, and then I'm going to put the battery in. And then we'll put the drone out there. So just be careful when flying drones indoors. The FAA does not control the airspace inside. Are you shitting me? Oh, there we go. But, just have some plaster and spackle ready, because whoops, that's the only thing you got to worry about, are the holes in the walls, or whether or not, oh yay, crash flip. A lot of people don't like that. I call it backspace because it just works really well. So now we got 5 batteries. Let's see, backspace. How come backspace isn't working? That's weird. My crash flip isn't working. It's usually the backspace. This one, anyway. I'm gonna take the battery out. The crash flip on mine is backspace, if anybody knows. Might have to plug it into the... This is the only downside to FPV, is that sometimes you plug it in and you're ready to go. It's like, yay, it's great. And then other times you're like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't anything working? There we go. No transmission signal. See, my crash... I should be able to hit the crash flip button. Unless we have angle. Do we have angle? No, it's stuck on crash flip. That is so weird. Oh, you're killing me. It's okay, we got another drone. Oh, no wonder. It's stuck in crash flip, but my remote control... Oh, I know what happened. Because we bound this to Ken's drone when he was here. So now we have to put this back. But let's plug this battery out. And I don't know why. Let's see if we can... Yay, we got it. Sweet. See, now my crash flip. Alright, so let's get this out there. Because remember, if it gets too hot, you see it's at 144 Fahrenheit right here. And once it gets to 160, 165, 170, it's going to shut off because it'll be overheated. Alright, so remember that. Include your temperature in there. Fahrenheit or Celsius, whatever works for you. The only thing that concerns me is that the battery level reading. It shouldn't be like that. All right. Beep beep beep. Like Tapestry said, it's like sounds like a bomb. It's gonna blow. Okay, we're in angle mode. Acro. Angle. Look in the middle. You want to be in angle mode, not acro. Oh, you could be in acro if you're like one of the pros. I like that to be tight, like that. And then now once the fan starts to blow, it'll cool down the drone. So then you have to make sure that you are, and it's going slower. Whoops. And we go in. Hee-hee. And then you might break stuff. You might break stuff, but that's okay. I got a video that shows you how to fix your walls. But I can't go upstairs because they're having a meeting. Whoa. Whoop. But you kind of get the idea. And the battery, we're going to land it on the sofa right about here. Woo, yay, soft landing. You don't want to run and you get nervous when doing FPV. Like I get nervous. I'm like, oh my god, do I got it? Because it's like you can't fly it like you would drive an RC car. Except Samsung Me. Oh, I forgot to put the screen back. There we go. Good way to dust your house. Let's go. You might break stuff. Oh wait, hold on one second. Because remember, we don't want the unit to overheat. Okay. All right. Again, play it again, Sam. All right, so I'm gonna put another battery in, because that one doesn't count, right? So we're gonna put this one in the charger, and because we're only gonna do 5 batteries, okay? Let's see what we have here. I'll let that charge. No, but you will break stuff down. I've done a lot of damage to the house, believe it or not. But you'll be okay as long as you don't do it in grandma's house and like break the china, like to the because you don't want to break glass, or I don't know. But with this drone is really resilient. It's amazing. We've crashed it a lot of times on the channel, and it just it's still holding its own. It's still together. And the good thing about this drone is that you are care refresh. You break it, you fix it, right? But one thing that whatchamacallit just said, I can't see something. Well, a good way to dust your house. Funny, but you have to be careful because if you do have a lot of dust, those little hairs and dust bunnies will get trapped in your motors, and that's another story. So just check. When you do crash, like in this case we landed on the sofa. I know the sofa's clean, but if you're in an area and it crash lands on the floor, be careful. See how slow we can go? But that's because we put the PID rate at 75. Not PID, whoa. What's happening? Mayday, mayday. That was weird because now we're just gonna the first battery we got, everything was nice and smooth, and then this one, it's never the same experience every time. That's the only downside. Again! I don't know why that happens though. You guys know why? Like I'll put another battery in and then see crash flip. I call it backspace. And then it's like, wait, I was just flying a second ago and then now it's like I'm new again. That part I don't like. Like I want it to be, whoops, the same experience. See, now it's smoother, but it wasn't like that before. So maybe you guys can share why I just had a great experience and then I had to land it and reboot it. Do like a booty call. That I don't like. Or like when you have a GPS set up on it and whoops. Woohoo! I'm king of the world! Sorta. Go here. And if you could fly indoors like this, right? Then when you go outside, come on, you got this, Lou. Whoops, no. Oh, no. Mayday. No. Alright. I wonder if the crash flip will work. Everything was going fine. What? Oh. Because of... There we are. Let's see. I wonder if the crash flip will work. Let's see if we can... hold on. Backspace. Crash flip. Come on. What? Yay! We are up and running. Crash flip worked. We make these videos so you don't have to. Now I'm just gonna... Wait, but why isn't it? Oh, because now that crash flip is over, I can do backspace and then down. Arm it again. And we are gonna get out of the abandoned building that we are illegally in. Yay! Whoop! Almost. Whoop! Whoop! Oh no! See? Oh no! What's happening? Oh no! Help me! All right, battery low. So you see that? I was able to get it back up in the air, but then what happens is, after the relaunch, it just goes crazy and sporadic. Let me go get it, and then you put a new battery in, and then it's back to normal again. That part I don't like. But when you do crash, see, this is why we need, that's battery number 1, okay? You gotta check the drone, because, one, like whatchamacallit was saying, let me put my glasses on, so I can see who you are. All I see is blur. Look for the dust bunnies, because you'll be dusting your house, right? And I'll show you what else to look for after you crash. Gord Maline. You want to look for, make sure your prop guards are okay, because maybe you crashed into the wall. And make sure, as you can see here, which is a little bit of a bummer, we might have to take this apart. Or not. Hopefully not. But the pressure from the crash caused this to happen. See, this was seated in there, right? But it's sort of, now it's down in there. It dropped. And we want this. That's why this is great that it's in its protective case. But, unfortunately, if you saw the video on how we built this, it took a lot of muscle to push that in there. And you want to make sure that you don't touch the flight controller. But as you can see, a little bit of a bummer. Yeah. So, you want to check your stuff We could get something in there, which is fine because I can see where the flight controller is. But unfortunately, see, look at that. It's in there. So we might have to take this apart. That's why a lot of guys, when they fly FPV, they have a couple of drones, right? This one, we can leave the phone right there. I think we'll do one more flight, right? And then we'll have to, like, if you were outside, you would have to fix this because, you know, you don't want shit falling from the sky. And this wasn't like this when we first started. All right, so I'll do one more battery and then we'll take this off. This is the tricky part, fixing this. If I can just somehow push it down, like, what would you guys do? See, it's not going to go down though. It took a lot of muscle to push that in there, to be honest with you. We have that one set to never on the display there. You know what? I'm just thinking. Let's do one more battery because it's not going to it's not going to affect anything. All right. Signal lost. We'll put another battery in. One flight. And then we're gonna have to fix this, okay? And then that's it. Oh, what? Twin tapestry. Hope all is well with you too. All right. It should still fly, but the only downside is, well, you know. So we get like 2 minutes out of here. Put this in there. So that's the other thing. Remember, look for nicks and dings and everything that comes with it. And make sure your 04 unit or 03. I think if it was the 04, it might, whoops, seed better in there. All right. Knowing that, I'm moving forward. Where's my antenna? Well, the antenna's there. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Okay. So it should go beep beep. It's taking a little bit of a while to come back. It's not syncing. That's weird. We should have been sunk already. Oops, let's take that off. See what's happening here. Oh, RC signal interference. Okay. They're great. So now we're back almost to the extent where we need to go back home here. Good DJI goggles. Didn't go there. But the good thing is that, as you can see, I can fly inside, right? But it just takes a little more practice with the obstacles. But just knowing that if you can fly indoors in a tight space like this, when you go outside, it's going to be so much easier because you'll have that room to correct yourself. The buffer that we don't have here, you know, because I was trying to fly under the table. You know, the buffer, because I was trying to, like, do whatever, you know, whenever you try something new, that's the only way you're going to level up, is if you try something new. All right? Knowing that, moving forward. Oh. Now we just have to go here and go here, reflector. Because if you're not crashing, you're not really learning. But nothing beats the sim. Like, literally, you got to practice in the sim. But as you can, when you're in the real world, you know, you might have that skill in the simulator, but it doesn't really transpose over. In this case, I might have to take. No one is sent. Oh, thank you for the gift, Rocky. Thank you. We got a gift. I see those streams everywhere. Thank you. Thank you, Rocky. Well, I'm going to thank Rocky. Well, I'm not sure what the gift is, but we'll find out. Thank you for the... I might have to plug out the battery. I didn't hear no bells. So now this is just a waiting game here. And when this happens, you do want to take the battery out. Otherwise, the unit will overheat, and you know, all that other fun stuff. And as you can see, the connection. We're really. I'm gonna check our goggles, make sure that we are. Yeah, we're still Wi-Fi on the goggles. Okay, it's just Just gonna plug it out and plug it in again, and then maybe we'll have to quit. Quit one of the apps, to be honest with you, but you kind of get the idea. It's still loading. Ah, there we go. Code 0694 0694. And this is why you want to back up your drone, save your PID rates and stuff like that. Yay, we're in. Yay. All right, and then now we can put a battery in. That's the only part that's glitchy. See, no image, but we'll get you an image. And then this will be our last flight. Maiden voyage, and only because, well, we'll see. We'll fix it and then get it up and running. See, battery full, dolly fly. Whoa, dolly. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, when you're inside, this is for the new guy. Make sure you're in angle. I have seen videos where guys are flying in tight spaces like this, indoors, in acro mode. It's just phenomenal. See, temperature 153. It was heating up, so you want to make sure that, you know, that. Oh, nice. It still flies, but the flight controller. Whoops. Should not, you know, not like, you know, like the camera. Whoops. Should not be dinging on the flight. Oh, that's nice. That was my first ever soft landing. That is pretty cool. All right, so that never happens. Usually I'm like the greatest American hero. And that's why the more you fly, the better you'll get. But, you know, you just got to keep on flying. We're going to shut this off. And this is why when you do fly FPV in indoors, outdoors, you want to have either another drone with you or your tools handy so that you can fix it on the spot. You know, you got to have a portable soldering iron, right? You got to, all that fun stuff that comes with it. So we're going to do a small repair, sort of. And this is why I want to put that soft cushion thing underneath there. All right, so that'll prevent when it has a hard impact. We still have 3 batteries down there. I might do it. I might do it. And know your gear. And if you know your gear, you're okay. Even if it's second hand, no hand. This is the hardest part. This is the nightmarish part about FPV. This part right here. Because you'll be like, oh, that's just a 5-minute fix. I got this. Yeah, good luck with that. Maybe motors, not motors, propellers for sure. And check your propellers too after you crash. Maybe your propellers didn't. No, he's flying live. Yep, this is live. Oh wow, that's so cool. We have a professional drone pilot here. Wow, for 13 years. What kind of drone do you fly? Maybe you can help explain that. Like, I was flying, as you saw, really nice, beautifully inside, going around and under and this and that. And then as soon as I crashed, I recovered. I did the crash flip. And then all of a sudden, the drone went bonkers. I thought I put the crash flip code in here. There's like a little code you can put in for crash to recover, so that when you ding something, I mean, it didn't go crazy when it dunged something, which is fine. I hit the ceiling and the drone, well, you saw what happened. But on the reboot, right, it just went bonkers. And then I put a new battery in and flew again, and then all of a sudden everything's like, yay, wow, this guy knows how to fly, this guy's pretty good. And then you crash and then reboot and the shit just goes crazy again. I don't know why that happens. It's only with the FPV homebrew drones though. It doesn't do that with the DJI, you know, Avata. With the DJI Avata, what'll happen is if you throttle it too much, which is pretty good because in the simulator, if you throttle it too much, the drone falls from the sky. But if you have a DJI drone, when you throttle it too much, the drone kicks you out of manual mode. See? Now we got this in there, which is pretty good. Voila. Now, yeah, you get this weird error, which is pretty, you know, I like that. So instead of the drone falling from the sky, DJI is like, you know what? Let's put him in manual. Let's put him back in the training wheels. But these drones, if you throttle it too much, you're like the battery will dissipate. And even in the simulator, it simulates falling from the sky, like the drone smokes out. So now I gotta put this back in. See, that was easy because you know why? The pressure was released. That's why I was able to do this particular fix. Because I had, if you saw the live on how I did this, put this together with the 04 air unit, had to finagle it, jerry rig it, to be honest with you. And jerry rigging it creates pressure, so much pressure that you cannot do what I'm doing right now without unscrewing it. But it does come with extra ones. But I do want to create a some padding underneath here. Yes, this is live. We also do live flights with the Mavic 4 Pro, which is just phenomenal. You know, you got to be careful when doing a live FPV, well, I wouldn't do live FPV outside unless, because the audio, the DJI Fly app doesn't let you stream really good. We'll find out on Friday though, because I'm going to be streaming with the Mavic 4 Pro, and I'm going to give Ken a key so that he could stream and you guys can see, you know, camera 2 with Avata 360. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, point is, if you do live stream outside, don't break the rules, like the FAA rules and stuff like that, because if you do it on a live stream, especially now, they crack down on stuff. You know, keep your drone within visual line of sight. Don't fly over people. You can transition, like from point A to B, stuff like that. But you know, you kind of get the idea, because you can't say, "Oh, that's B-roll footage." I mean, it could be. I've seen some people use B-roll footage, or that's old footage. I've seen some people use post-recorded stuff and then live stream it as if it was live, but it's not really live. But I don't know, that won't fly with the FAA. But you get the idea. Don't break through, and then you're fine. Then the only thing you do have to worry about is maybe your drone falling from the sky, or Karen showing up. Make sure there's no drone ordnance, you know, stuff like that. Make sure there aren't any TFRs. So let's say if there was a TFR today, we could fly. We just can only fly indoors, right? Or if I guess you got approval or something from the FAA. But even then, even if you got approval to fly in a TFR through the FAA, I would call local law enforcement so that when someone does call to report you, like a Karen, and not because they're caring about you, they know, like they're like, oh, that's Lewis, you know, oh, that's so and so, and then they don't have to, you know, you don't have to worry about them going rogue on you and being like, yo, what are you doing? You know, like enforcing the laws. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, we have our stats right there, and let's see if the baby can fly. We'll do one last flight and then that's it, and then maybe put on that little cushion, right, so that when it crash lands, it won't happen. Samsung me. Okay. We got 2 more batteries. I guess so and so left. So let's see. Gourd mine left. All right. Let's see what we have here. So where's my bling? I lost my bling. I'm gonna turn this on. All right, we got our little black box there, but where's my connector? What do I have in here? Oh, I shut it off. To save battery, and you want that, you know, because these things drain quickly. All right, here we go. Let's see if anybody's here. We should hear. Our screen should be clear. And Samsung me, so you can see me. All right, come on, you got this, little guy. I gotta go back, and then now just wait for it to. Go back again. No, I hate when this happens. So we'll plug it out, plug it in. We had that ding. Remember? Yo, I didn't hear no bells. Rocky, you're still there? Oh, it crashed. But that's okay. Even though it booted out. Oh, goggles need to be in that special mode, wireless mode. So I let you guys watch in the meantime while that's doing that. Oh, there we go. Yay, the goggles. Hopefully. Remember, not always, but. Join. I'll let you guys see. Let one connection join first and then connect you guys to the other one. Yep. Oh man, I got nothing but darkness. It connected. Oh, hopefully it's just because of the goggles. Let's see. You know how it goes lights out after a few seconds? Nope. Oh, yep, it did. Okay. There was just a slight delay. And now I'm just going to go back and then go here. This is the hardest part because when you're in this mode, it's hard to get that other menu to appear. Come on, you got this. Samsung me. Now we just wait. Come on. Hopefully, right? You can do that here. Gordy Moline. Grandma's house. Funny. Alright. Oh man, are you kidding me? Ah. This is the only hardest part. Okay, wait for it. The kids are having shit fits because we told them to go outside. I don't want to go out. I shouldn't have to. I want to be on my iPad all day. Literally can't make this shit up. When I was young, we didn't have iPads, but we still got thrown out of the house. Not thrown out like on the street, but just thrown out. Like, go play, don't come back until dinner. And I was like, wow, you know. And when you're older, you could stay. See, look, I'm home all day now. I'm home all day because I never got a chance to be home when I was little. And they threw me out of the house. They said to go out and play. God forbid. Now it's like I consider child abuse if you tell your kids to go outside and play. Ah, you're killing me. Oh wait, bummer. What's the temperature on this thing? Almost forgot. 140. Wow, that's pretty good. Once it reaches like 150 or 60, then we're pretty much shit out of luck. And let's try quitting reflector. All right, and then giving it like a new lease on life. Let's see, reflector. Because remember, once the O4 air unit overheats, it's like a catch-22. It's like, wait, which one do I do first? Let's see, 140, sweet. I wonder if the motors are on. No, they're not. Okay. Yay, reflector's working. See, 2705. 2705. Yep, we're in. There we are. Excellent. Excellent, Louis. All right. That's the only hard part. All right, so now we're just gonna load up our drone, make sure our throttle stick is down. We're in angle mode. Yay, and look, 142 Fahrenheit. Look at the bottom. We managed to do it all without, whoops, the unit overheating. The best thing about these drones, though, is that, whoops. Oh, see, recovery. Recover. Storage full. I'm not worried about that. Yay, recovered. Sort of. The hovering part. Got it. See, it's hard to recover once you go, whoa, bing, bang, whoa. And that whole whoops. The whole throttle thing, like as soon as it goes bang, I wonder if I need to put the crash recovery in here. There's a special code you put in so that when you go bang, the drone is like trying to recover. Let's do a crash flip though. Let's see. I'm in an abandoned building, and then all of a sudden, where's my backspace? Switch arm. Crash flip, see? Oh, throttle. Yay! Alright. Crash flip, see? And then now, turn it off, backspace. I remember some guy I was driving some guy crazy. He's like, it's not fucking backspace, man. What are you talking about? It's backspace. And then, for me, call it whatever you want. Alright. And now, see? Sweet! Recovery! And like I was saying, if you learn to fly in a tight spot, when you go outside, you will be the hero. Lena's flying like, wow, that guy can fly. And then you won't crash into grandma's China. Or just get some super glue. Whoops. And whoops. See, this is the hard part. When you crash, see the recovery. Because you will go boom. Because when I go outside, I'm going to be flying. Whoa. Whoa. See that thing? Whoa. Land it. No. Which way? Where is that? Why would it be sideways, though? Let's see if we got this. I got you, bro. Let's see. Backspace. And then now, arm it. Crash flip, yay. And then, reverse it. Whoops. Oh, hopefully there's nothing on the sofa. But you get the idea. Pretty neat. Kind of neat, huh? We make these videos so you don't have to. I could leave it on, right? So that it's cooler. It doesn't overheat. And we have 131, right? Oh, no, it is off. I thought, oh, the thing... The rotation's right here. Whoops. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Move. Even though the motors aren't on. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. And that is it. We're going to check out the drone. See what kind of damage we did to it. Hitting on the ceiling. But that's okay. The good thing is that the battery's there. Right? Sort of. I'm going to shut this off. Before we end our FPV for beginners series. And see, aircraft processor overheated. No, please. And then it just goes off. It goes blank. See, there it is. We lost it. Oh my God.
Sam's. Huh? Sam's. Sam's cool.
Why were they flipping out?
Because I told them I had a headache.
You had a headache? Got it. That was funny. I didn't see her there, but they I was like, why were they screaming? She's like, because they had to go out. And she told them that that she had a headache, and so they were like screaming. Oh no! Screaming even louder. We could always get a toilet strap if this thing goes kaput, but I just want to check it out. So always check your drone, even if you're good at flying. Like, oh, that guy's crashing all the time. You just want to check it, right? You know, just check it, because if you don't, you know, shit will fall from the sky. Just gonna stop the mirroring, save some battery on my phone. All right, so we're gonna check it, make sure everything's good to go. Shut this off. This will shut off automatically. I forget after how many minutes, but you know, if you can save some battery life, you're fine. Look for those dust bunnies. Check your toilet strap, especially on this one, the Sub250. I believe it is 3D print, some sort of material, really soft material. So the motors look good. The propellers, fair. It does come with 4 extra ones, and these are the 4 extra ones. I've actually crashed the other ones, the damaged. So, you know, I did an inspection. And the drone, you'll know something is wrong with your props is if it's not flying the way it should, or it's making this weird sound. Like, it's like, wait, why does it sound like that? And that, you know, it's because one of the propellers are either got hair in it or like cracked or damaged, which is fine. I have extra ones. I have these are my last sets of the 4, but I have another. I ordered some. So the processor overheated. You could use some heat. What is it called? Paste, but it doesn't always work. So this is what I want to do. Well, what I wanted to do. Where is it? Oh, here it is, right here. Because I have one here, and I have one there. So this is, and I mean, I could hot glue it, but nah, because you never know when you need to get back in it. And then when you crash land, right, it's gonna be magical. But before we do that, and this is why you want to put the 04 light unit inside the Access flying kit case. See, it's hard to push this back down without unscrewing it because of the pressure that's there. But I was thinking of like sewing this in there, or maybe sticking it with sticky tape. If the sticky tape will work, that will be great, because then you don't have to be like you were in home ec. Did you guys have home ec back in the day? We had home ec. And during my time, right, you took home ec because it was part of the experience that you had to do in school. And if you took home ec during my parents' time, they took home ec. Let's say if your dad took home ec, it was because he wanted to see the girls. Whereas, like, I'm like, wait, because I heard, you know, we went to see my uncle over the weekend, and he was telling me how he took home ec in school, but he did it just to see the girls. And the home ec teacher was like, why are you here? And he's like, well, because my parents work and I need to know how to take care of myself. That's pretty clever if you ask me. But when I was growing up, there were girls in home ec, but it was part of the, you know, high school curriculum. It wasn't like, it was, you would fail. You couldn't get, you know, graduate school if you didn't take home ec. Whereas back in the day, in his time, it was like an elective. You could choose it, and but only girls did it. Because back in the day, I guess during that time, You know, I guess that's why they have women's rights, where you know, it was a woman who was supposed to stay home and take care of the kids. Whereas now, I wonder, my kids have home ec now. I think it's like it's a given. You know, they learn to sew, they learn to cook. They don't. Well, I don't know about the cleaning part. They yeah, they told me that when they had my kids were like, we had to clean up all the mess because everybody else disappeared. So they don't have that part down with the home ec, the cleaning part, because apparently they're teaching them to cook. Like they came back with cookies, sort of. I don't know what the hell those were. They tasted like someone didn't follow the recipe. But apparently when it comes time to clean up the mess of like whatever it was that they baked, all the kids seem to disappear into the shadows. They're like, everyone just left. They bailed out, and it was just me and Tilly. And then mom wasn't having it, so she reached out to the teacher, and apparently, said it wasn't fair, and then apparently the kids who did nothing failed. It was like, what? Oh, nice. This is cool. It worked. Now, let's see how it flies. I wonder if it has like too much dead weight now. But this is good because now when you crash land, it's got that cushion. I do need to unscrew it because, as you can see, it fell back in, but it's okay. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, down there on that side. Damn it. But now, I wonder where I can get this foam from, because you want to be able to access the... Oh no, is there an SD card slot on here? I can't remember. Or internal storage. But I want to make sure I can see the bind button. I can see that, which is fine. I can see, yep, the bind button's right there. So I can't. There's just not enough. I have to unscrew it. But that's okay. But let's see if it flies. This is good. Nice. Just check the props. These props don't screw on. They push in. So just make sure that they're not falling out. No dings. And this is how they go here. I have a little diagram cheat sheet that shows me how the propellers go. So you always want to make sure, aside from everything being good on the inspection, that's not broken. If you have an 04 unit, I highly recommend getting a UV filter, which is... I have one for show and tell. UV is just plain glass. See that? And the only thing that'll happen is this thing will break. That's it, right? And then, as you can see, the 04 light is inside a protective case glass thing too, so that you protect your investment. Because imagine all those crashes I did, this would happen, and then you're out of luck, $100 or $200, whatever it cost. And again, you might have to fly a little bit differently. Hopefully this doesn't mess things up with the aerodynamics, but we'll find out in a second. Okay, we're gonna we got 2 more batteries, which is fine. Keep your batteries in order and where you can see them. If you can't see them, then you're screwing up, because you want to make sure that when you're done, you put them back in the bag and they're not laying around, right? Or you don't accidentally leave one in the abandoned building, and then next thing you know, ship blows up, right? All right, knowing that, moving forward, and then you're you'll see on the news, building burned down, because they do explode. They do like go kaput and go boom. All right, especially I'm kind of happy that they put the battery on top, because a lot of times when you crash land, you always crash landing. Oh wow, like that, you know, never the other way around. So that part's pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna put. So as we know, this is the hardest part right here. The whole binding process. Oh, nice, that bound, but you know, sharing the experience with you guys. Make sure this is in wireless mode. And even though the unit overheated, it's okay, because I'm pretty sure by now it's cooler. It did feel warm though, to be honest with you. And now I gotta wait for, oh wow, reflector is like picking up now. Sweet. You see that code right there? 2705. 270. See, the code is always different. It's not like, oh, I have the code, I can get into his computer. No, it's just screen sharing, and it regenerates every... oh, wow, it's magnetized back there. I would have gone crazy looking for this. Where's the screw? Yeah, so watch out. It is magnetized. Okay, so we'll go here, and then go look for our app. DJI Fly. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Hopefully, it'll let us go back home. Yep, and there go our goggles. Yay! Ah, fuck. You remember this one? This one takes a little bit of time. Hold on, I'll share with you guys. When it's upside down and small, it means we gotta quit it and do it again. All right, and this is not us. It's DJI. It's not me. It's you. In the beginning, it was YouTube, though. All right, let me try it again. DJI. I have to go outside. I hate you. Oh wow. Not sure. Maybe I can override it. This is glitching out right here. Check this out. What? Come on, man. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. This is the DJI app. DJI Fly. Ah. Now, maybe. Let's see. Stop reflector. Try it again. Yep, there we go. Now we're in. We are in. Now we just got to put a battery in. We got two more left. We might just do one last final maiden voyage. I heard someone ding me. You. I didn't hear no bells. Let's see who it was. Like they used for COVID. What is hot for air unit? Maybe a heat gun could be useful. No. Oh yeah, it could be. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we have here. We're gonna put the battery in. Oh, there go the kids. You hear them. They're like, I don't want to go outside. No. All right. Ah, it bound. Remember, it overheats. We don't want it to get muy caliente. What are we at? Well, wow, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at the bottom. That is pretty cool. I wonder where I can get foam like that. You know? That works really... Oh, I have one right there for another soldering kit. Sweet. All right, so now we're just going to go back. And now we have to see if this little padding that we put on there will... angle mode. Oh, look, it tells us how high we are. There's an altimeter. Backspace. Armed. Like if this little piece of padding is going to impede the flying experience. Nope. I mean, like adding extra weight, killing the battery. One thing I like about these, see, we're going slow. Wow, it's flying nicely now. Look at that, I got full control. This is really weird though. Is it because of that padding? I don't know. One thing I like about these FPV drones is that you could fly them at night. You don't have to worry about saying low lit area, and then the drone will like crash because it just, you know, if you take the Avata 2 and fly it inside and shut off the lights, the drone will go bonkers. This is nice. I think this padding is creating a different flying experience. the drone just fly. We did that on a couple of live streams with the Avata at night. Sweet. Gotta love this. Is nice. Oh man. Oh no, that's fine. Where's the video going though? It's recording, but oh, the goggles. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Sweet. And it becomes like a silent movie with subtitles. You will be like, like all of a sudden you understand the movie, right? Well, it works that way with FPV. All of a sudden, they'd be like, oh my god, I speak Mandarin. No, you don't. You just become one with the drone. You're like, I got this. I got you, bro. And like, you just got it. It just becomes like, you become like that guy. Hey guys, this is Chase Momo. We're going to be flying in the restaurant. Like, I could probably do a restaurant now, right? I could do the bar. I can be in Florida, sort of. Nah. But the point is that if you fly every day, and I don't have my sidekick girlfriend. If you fly every day, practice, which is what we'll be doing once a week, by the 4th, 5th, or 6th battery, you're going to be, flying in no time. But you're going to be flying, maybe you're flying like this in the simulator. Whoops. Oh, let's land it. Yeah. What? Where did it go? Oh, probably because it landed in the cushion or something. All right, let's see if the crash flip will work. Like, where did it go? We're in a bando. Armed. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, where's that? Yeah, there's no way I'm getting out of that. I think it's in a... It's stuck in the... And yeah, it's stuck in the cushion. Alright, anyway, you kind of get the idea. But yeah, so you might have to retrieve it in the building. We'll get one more battery, though. One more battery. Whoops. Sweet. The last battery. Put the other one over here. Remember, keep them all in order. I might be able to go upstairs. I don't know. I don't think anyone's here because they were forced to go outside. I'm going to go outside soon anyway because I got errands to run. Lots of errands. All right. This is it. I like this padding though. Works really well. This is great. Can't wait to. The only problem we had was scheduling the stream. Like it was going bonkers on us. I'm gonna have to wake up earlier and do like a dummy stream, and then make sure we're in angle. See, we're at 0 height, and hopefully that wasn't just. Wow. Sweet. So we got yes. Definitely gonna take that flight from the goggles. I do notice that it's not straight though. I mean, I am facing it the angle I want it to be, but sometimes it just flies like a bat out of hell. The trick is just getting it. Nice. Right. And like I was saying, once you practice more inside, when you go outside, whoops, you will have better recovery because, you're going to have so much buffer. There won't be a sofa. There won't be a bicycle. There won't be a table. There won't be Grandma's Kato system. Kato? Forget what it's called. right there, and you go boom, crashing into it. And good luck finding, whoops, whoops, whoa, good recovery. Good luck finding, hold on. Sweet. Finding like someone to do custom glass. And that is it. We did it. I gotta go get the drone though, because remember it overheats. But I can't wait to fly outside. Remember, you need a spotter for outside though. And it's harder to get your kids to be a spotter when they're older. Be like, hey guys, you want to go out and watch? And usually back in the day, they would love it. But now they're like, this is boring. You know, what are we doing? Like, what am I doing? So when you're a spotter for someone who like does this, the excitement is for me. It's like, yeah, I can fly. This is cool. This is fun, right? And they're like, what do you mean? And now you hear them like crying because they have to go outside. It's hard now. You've got to find a buddy where, like, you know, you wait, they spot, you have their phone, they can show you. If you do like a shared screen like this, which is great, when you want to, when you have your spotter, because this way you can focus on flying, kind of like flying an Inspire drone, where it was one person has the phone, the drone, and the other person does the camera, and they can tell you when to bring your drone back, or like, oh, you only got 1% battery, or this and that. Oh, you know, you're like X amount of altitude. Oh, there are people coming, right? And then we do that when I fly with Ken, like stuff like that. So, you know, you can make it more enjoyable for your spotter if you know, share it and just do the wireless thing like that, which is what we'll be doing on Friday. Hopefully it can come out and the weather is nice. And, you know, just practice in the simulator. The only downside to this simulator is that the skills don't transpose. You saw in the beginning I kept crashing and crashing and crashing, and then by the 7th or 8th battery, you know, you're like, wow, I got it, right? But I don't fly every day. Next time I fly will be next week, right? But let's just do one in the sim, and then, you know, figure out Samsung Me, and figure out if it'll work. This is just great. Lift off. I was about to put, oh, and then you have FPV for micro drones, right? We'll just do lift off. Don't need this anymore. Remember, these will auto shut off after X amount of minutes. One of the kids is still here. I know that walk, but that's okay. She'll be leaving soon. I'll be leaving soon too. But always you wanna see how my remote controller got are about to slip. Always wear it around your neck, even though you're like, oh, I'm home, nothing will happen. No, you got to be careful, man, because you will drop it. All right. Let that load. And we'll do race. And just like the simulator, in the beginning, you're going to be flying, like crashing into everything. And then once you master the level, right, or the whatever this is called, the scene, right, we move on to another one, because you're going to crash again. And if we go to the parking lot, and only because it's just a different scenario. But I love this one anyway. This one's my favorite. And you can see we're in manual mode. Manual mode means that you can do flips. Whoops. And recovery. You got to learn to recover. And then, whoops. You see? Instead of flying like a bat out of hell. R does refresh. But anyway, that's manual mode. Manual mode is just really hard. And then once you learn it, and I would recommend doing what do they call it, race mode, because it gives you these little checkpoints, and then you're sort of flying with a purpose instead of wandering around aimlessly. I mean, you could do that in the beginning, just fly around, wander aimlessly until you can get full control of the drone. Once you do, enable the checkpoints so that that's going to help you moving forward when flying, like I was inside, you know, in the basement, right? And now when I go outside, I'm going to have so much control over my flight that the only thing that I'm going to be, the only dilemma, the only caveat is not enough batteries. Like, oh my god, that's so fun. And you know, you can't really fly far with those drones, and that's why you need a spotter too, because if you go too far out of the middle of nowhere, you want them to see where your drone actually went, so that you can go get it. Yeah, that's why you need 5 batteries. I got 5. I'd have 10 if I didn't run them all into the ground. So if you fly your drone until it says 0, and then you try to charge it again, it's dead. So, you know, always run, and that's why it's good if you have a spotter. You give them the phone and they can see the inside of your goggles, and say like, yo, bring that in. So that's, you know, I'd say 10 batteries would be ideal for what is it called, you know, an outdoor flight adventure. Maybe not, some guys might have more, right? I really don't know, but figure out that buffer. Definitely not 1. But for us, we're going to have 1 battery when we fly the Avata 360, because Ken got the, what is it called? You know, drone only packet. And it's just fine, because if you get as much battery flight with the Avata 360, I think 1 battery is enough. But you probably have to spend, it's a bummer because the first, unless he's doing it inside at his house, the first hour learning all those systems, right? The obstacle avoidance, tweaking the drone, setting up the configuration so it's not in 416. I like mine 16:9. Although, you know, doing all that and then charging it. But he's got a supercharger. The drone does get hot though, the Avata 360, when you have it laying around and just doing the config process. And we were worried about that in the beginning. He was like, aren't you worried about it being hot? I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. It does get hot, which is a little bit of a bummer, but you know, it is what it is. Because you don't need, that's why he did the 360 drone only. You don't need all that shit. If you have goggles, that's the only thing that DJI, I don't need another set of goggles. Like, you know, let's see if I can loop around. Ooh. You know, like, I don't know what I would do with another set. It'd be like, if you look back behind me, I got like freaking all these drones, but I only have my go-to drones that I fly, you know? Of course, we're going to be doing the FPV Indoors and testing out different ones, but, you know, you really don't fly. You have your go-to drone, and that's it. For me. But I can't really say that. I take that back, because Ken flies every drone he has. He's like, Mondays is this drone, Tuesday is that drone. I don't know how he does it. I just can't. I like to stay focused on one. I guess I just can't focus on so many things at the same time. But yeah, he has a Tuesday drone, a Wednesday drone. So if you're like that, that's fine though. But you don't need another set of goggles. Even though I think the guy from Drogue Camps was like, yo, buy stuff, stock up, like a doomsday prepper. I might do that with food and get MREs, but I'm not stocking up on drone equipment. Because someone's always selling shit on the Facebook Marketplace. You know, that's right, stock up. You're not going to be able to get stuff. That's right, the end is coming. Buy gold or buy silver. Because when the end comes, good luck cashing out on your gold and silver anyway, right? Who's going to buy it? Someone will be trading you for your MREs, meals ready to go, whatever it's called, meals ready to eat, in exchange for, you know, not even gold. You can't buy anything. When the apocalypse comes, you'll be shit out of luck. And then, yay! Let's see if I beat my time. Nah, I didn't beat my time. 4:59, which is fine. My best time was 4:24. If you're looking, see, this was 4:59. Even though it was good, my best is 4:24, but that's fine. You just fly for fun. But you practice in the sim, but nothing. In the end, why can't I quit? In the end, you. Oh, no wonder why it's in window. Nothing's gonna simulate the PID rates for that drone. So you can fly like I was flying in a simulator, but once you have your drone, you're gonna be like, wait, I can't fly. Or sometimes, as you saw, I couldn't fly because after it crashed, it just goes bonkers and does a little something. So but you'll and all my drones have the same rates as in the simulator, so it doesn't really transpose, which is why I don't know. Let's see, steady forward movement like you need in apartment or house, even slow. Yeah, he's right. Slow. You got to be slow, and it's hard to go slow. And the steady movements, like he was saying, is that you can't like I was saying, fly the drone like you would your RC car, right? You just like slow and steady. You just got to go like that, and you're not really moving it. Like it's like you're not moving it. You would think like, oh, up and then down and then left and then right. No, that would be hard on. That'd be too fast, right? This would be fast. See, that's too. This would be a no. This would and you'll get the hang of it. You just when you're flying it, it's like that, and you're hardly moving it. You're like, maybe I'll show you my joysticks as I'm flying the drone. But you kind of get the idea, and it makes it tricky. And it's just, and you're pushing down, like pushing out. I don't know. It's like, what kind of driver are you? Like white knuckle, or some guys just relax. They just like, you see them in the videos, and some guys can fly standing up. They're like what? One of our viewers / subs sent us a picture of him flying standing up in the park in Terrytown, which is right here. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. It's fun practice to fly on the ground, in the ground effect, few inches off the, oh yeah, that's right, a few inches. Let's try that, a few inches off the ground, because it's fun to fly off the ground, because then if it's like you can fly it / drive it like a car, like it'll just go like that, and then that part's easy for like bailouts if it's under a dresser or something. But a great idea for because we oh man, I guess we can charge one battery, and by the time the battery's charged, all this setup will be good to go. Let's try that. We'll try one low, but he's right. You got to do slow, and it's like you're not moving it, and it's a lot of it is muscle memory too. But hold on, I just wanna, while the battery is charging, we'll share some pictures that were sent to us by one of our viewers / subs, and then you can see. But I don't know, he's a little ballsy, if you ask me, because I think, but then again, we don't know when he flew, because he had asked us when he should fly, and there was like a TFR around the area of Terrytown. But he didn't fly in the TFR, but we told him just don't fly if there's a TFR like 10 or 15 miles away, because if your drone flew away, you'd be flying in a TFR. But no, he didn't fly in the TFR, but he was just in borderline. Let's see what we got here. Tom, save it. Let's see. He's got some cool stuff too. He's got the bigger goggles, 2 batteries. But here, I'll check out what he did. Let me so I didn't know I used to do this back in the day too, but I didn't know that things were so accessible in the park. 2705 270. Hopefully next week I might fly in Terrytown and say hello to Tom. All right. 2705 2705. I'm gonna wait for it to push here. Ha. 2705. Yep, there we go. Now we just wait. See? So he's got 2 batteries, but lucky for him, the part, and then he's clear to go. He confirmed that. It's really cool that he shared that. See, I told you he didn't fly during TFR. We told him not to because there was a TFR, but it was like he was in the clear. The app said he could go because his area wasn't in the TFR, but it was like maybe 10 miles away or 5. But I said, just keep away. You don't want to be anywhere near it, especially with FPV. If the shit goes flying out of control and into it. And then he's already, oh, he's got a couple of batteries. This is a nice charger he has. So here he is in the park. So you need someone to spot you. But look at that. I'd be sitting down. I could never, I can't fly standing up. I got to sit. And even if there's no chair, I'll be sitting on the grass or concrete. That's skill right there. Look, he's got his pavo. Wait, who took that picture? I guess his spotter did. There he is right there. There's Tom. This is nice though. But again, if you could fly inside, and look, since there's no, you don't need satellites, right? He could probably like have flown under that bridge in there and like zoom around and flip and an angle. You know, I would do that. But if you can fly inside, see, look, this is how. Can you imagine that going to the park? And look at that. You could charge your stuff right there. And it's not like anyone's going to say anything. You're most likely to have a Karen show up. But that's so cool. You no need to have a battery backup, like whatever they call it, charger, because you can, you know, make the magic happen from there. All right. So now, let's see what we have here. Let's see what he says. Gordio Meline, good advice, nice location, like for the ground effect practice, if should feel like you're balancing on a needle, should be able to find the center point. Yeah, that's the other, we're going to try that. A good idea. Let's see. All right. Hardest part's going to be this part. So basically learning to hover, becoming one with the drone, like they didn't, like Luke Skywalker did in Star Wars, right? When Yoda's like, drone fly, does it not? No, fly, hover. Let's see. I gotta put that on. This is the hardest part. And then we plug this out since we're not using the sim. The micro drones though for from liftoff is pretty good too, if you ask me. Something bound. Oh, that was this and this. And then now. And then just keep practicing, you know. Keep practice. And then you'll get it. The only downside is that having enough batteries. But if you're like Tom in his park, they saw him coming a mile away. They're like, Tom's gonna be here. Let's leave the electric post out. That's good though, because back in the day, that power thingy for the post would be you'd have to open it up from the bottom and then put your hand in all the wires and then find the plug and pray you didn't get electrocuted. But now all that's changed. They're like, they leave it at ready to go. Maybe because they have farmers market there or something. Some parks have farmers market on the weekend. All right, let's see. Oh wait, this is a line of sight practice. I was saying much harder to do FPV. Oh, line of sight. Oh, but we'll try. We'll try and do it low. Oh no. That's weird. Oh, we have to put the goggles in wireless mode. We are at 108 degrees Fahrenheit on the dolly. 113. See, it's getting hot. Hopefully. Samsung me. Yay! Join. Remember, sometimes it joins, sometimes it doesn't. What's our temperature? And this is wasting the battery too, you know, because oh man, I gotta plug out the battery. Fuck. Connection fail. Oh, you can see too. All right, so let's try it again. And once it connects, then we'll just do the battery, because you don't want to. You need the battery. You need the juice, man. Join. Yay! Oh. It's possible that This is the only, we have to do this, like, because plug it out and hear that bing. See? And that means it's hardwired here, wireless here. So it goes wireless to wireless, and then hardwired, the signal will be sent directly into the computer. And it doesn't always work that way. And I think it's wireless because I plugged it out, like you saw, and it's still connected to the computer. So hopefully, let's see. Let's see what he says. 2 FPV, but such good practice line of sight for second, left, right, forward, back, getting used to it, brushing it around like 2 or 3 inches. All right, let's try that. Sort of. I'm gonna stop mirroring. Disconnected. Again. Yay, we got it. Sweet. We are in. Hopefully, right? Yeah, I think so. I think we're in. We got one battery. This is great though because we're not going to fly too high. We're going to fly low, and it should end. I guess we should get a longer experience out of this because we're not, using so much energy to thrust up. But let's see. Samsung, me. Sweet. All right. Thanks for that tip, though. That's really cool. See, we learn from our viewers. Sweet. All right, so we got 126 degrees Fahrenheit, which is fine. Remember, at 150, 160, it depends. The drone decides when it's going to shut off after 150, 60, 70, or 80. All right, we got here. I guess it determines different levels of hotness. Let's see. So we can go fly. Oh, crash flip. Backspace. Backspace, and then now throttle. There we go. Let's see if we can do like, oh look, check it out. We got a remote control. Whoops. Whoa, whoa, what? Yeah, about that. That was hard, man. That was really hard. Let me try that again. All right. It's like a thing of bumper cars going. All right, let's see. Crash flip, backspace out, and then now. So even though you got Skittles to fly inside, you need the Skittles to fly lower. Whoop, a little lower. Whoop. Let's see if we can go lower. Boom! Whoop! Nah, it's hard, man. Where are we at? The battery. Because just imagine if you're in a building, right? You got to be able, whoops, to go in from the basement, right, and then fly around. But I'm still flying around, I'm not doing lower. Let me try lower. Try lower. Try lower. Oh, watch that battery. Yo, I didn't hear no bells. I hear the bells, but I just can't get to the comments right now. This is nice though. I like flying lower because you're kind of like getting more control of the drone. See if we can, whoops. Let's see if we can crash flip. This will be a good experience right here. Crash flip and then start it up. Whoa, flipped over. Whoop, yay. And then do like he was saying. And then crash flip. Start the motors. Whoops. Arm it. And then recover. Crash flip. And then back here. I hate that forgetting when to. Now arm it. See? Whoop. Oh man. Throttle runway. What's throttle runway? Someone asked me about that. Let's see if we can turn it on. Oh, we need the crash flip, otherwise it's not going to work. There we go. Whoop. Damn it. There we go. Gently. And now, bring it back down. Backspace. Arm it. Oh, throttle has to be down. And then, it's so confusing. Alright. Yep. That's hard, man, trying to fly lower. Oh, there we go. Whoop. Yeah, I kind of get the idea. It's challenging, but definitely something we can work on our next week when we do the live FPV Indoors. This is definitely a skill you gotta have, especially if you're flying in an abandoned building. Because I've been on a couple of meetups where people lost their drones in a tree. But most of all, in the air duct, like in the ceiling. And if you can learn to fly lower and recover it, because if you can flip your drone over and then somehow manage to maneuver out of the duct system or drop ceiling, kudos to you, because you just saved $500. Good tip. Definitely will try working on that one too. Try staying on the ground for most of the part. Okay, let me see. I'll charge another battery. And we'll do it again. Oh wait, I have to go get the drone. It's overheating. Remember, if you leave it plugged in for too long, it gets hot. It's a bummer though. This is what when you want more batteries, you know, like I just need more batteries. I have 5. 5 is enough to give us like, you know, a good stream. But let's see. Oh, that'll charge really fast. That'll give me time to get the footage out of the goggles. Now I have to figure out which one to get. But let's see what he says. Gordai malign. Like you could put Barbie car in the middle of the room and try to orbit it. Yeah, I'm not that good, man. Maybe. Yeah. You know who could do that? One of our viewers / subs, including this one right here. Eye in the Sky. Check out his channel. He's flying in abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Eye in the Sky. Eye in the sky. Like some sort of movement, you should be able to disarm and slide on your hardwood. Oh yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay. So I should be able to disarm my movement and slide. Yeah, I'm not putting the Barbie car in there. Definitely, I remember one time my motors got stuck in Barbie's hair. That was a nightmare. Let's see. That's tricky. We got one more battery and then that's it. Oh, sweet. We don't have to look. The phone connected. That is really cool. That's never happened. Usually it takes like freaking 10 minutes. All right, let's see. We're going to slide. What's your take on angle mode? Like, do you like angle mode? I've met some FPV connoisseurs, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You're gonna pick up some bad habits. Flying in angle mode, you should be flying in acro mode." And I'm like, "What? Really? I don't know. I'm flying now. I can fly. I like angle. You know, it's like I just love it. Acro, you have to be like Quicksilver, and you're flying in bullet time. I can't fly in bullet time. And special thanks to FPV Unknown and Midnight Off-Road Runner, two FPV connoisseurs like yourself, shared rates with us so that we could slow down the drone. You know, which is phenomenal. Because everyone else I had asked, they were like, "Why would you want to do that?" And I'm like, "Why not?" Because apparently people that fly in bullet time don't understand why you'd want to slow down an FPV drone. Because they're honestly designed to just be flown in its stock rates, and this is really cool. Now, I feel like Clover FPV. You ever see Clover FPV? The guy that puts the camera on the RC. Oh wow, wait, how can that be? Oh well, look, I'm flying low. Oh my god, this is really low. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, now I see why you say put the Barbie. What? Whoa. That is so. This is a good way to practice too. Now I'm flying high. Whoopee! Look at me. It says battery low though. I don't know why. Didn't we just charge it? That's weird. Maybe it didn't charge. Maybe we had to wait for it. Anyway, we get the idea. Definitely something we will do on the next live stream, because it's not always about flying high and it's dry in the sky. There you go. That's really cool. Thank you for that. Wow. So we got Swedish Forge. We got Brian's Labs. We got here. We have Gordy Di Malene, the experts helping us so that we can help you in the real world, because in the real world you only get one take, you know. But thank you for that. And next week, same time, we're gonna stream and work on that skill, because it was really nice, because at first you're skidding on the ground, right, and then all of a sudden you're like flying really low to the ground. You're not touching the ground, but you're like just weird. And I could see how that can come in handy. Then when you're ready, you sort of like bring the drone up a little bit. I didn't know you could fly so low. Well, I didn't know the sticks, because I have my throttle thing set. I guess it's just, you know, the magic just happens. It's like the bobber on the sewing machine. I don't know how it works. It just freaking makes the magic happen. And if you do that, like really low, like we were just taught today, let's check out his channel. Let's see. The real FPV. Oh, he said 13 years. Yeah, that is real FPV. Wow, that's so cool. We'll check out his channel, give him a shout out, a little plug. Oh, let's see. Sign into chat. Oh wait, the drone. Forgot. It overheats. Fuck. I can picture having a few of these drones. I like these. The Sub250, it's phenomenal. And then cloning them and putting the rates on there, so that I have like triple, because I have here the Mobula 8. We built this one from scratch, and I don't know, it just flies differently. A lot of shaky cam, a lot of like turbulence. Anyway, knowing that, moving forward, let's see. Sign into chat, click open in browser, and now we can quit this. Let's just quit Reflector, or not. So we don't have to get a new code. Let's see, go here, New videos, all Apex. Lou, you rock. No, you rock, man. You like freaking, like, gave us like the biggest tip ever when learning to fly FPV, because it's not always about like starting up high and then trying to keep that balance so that you can be level right in the middle. If you're going low, if you can fly low like that, you're like flying like side or like freaking like that far off the ground. That is so wild. And then just like, and then going up, and then your new level will be wherever it is that you're going to be, which is kind of cool. But the hardest part is still the recovery. Like if you saw when I hit this here, or when the ceiling, the drone, I don't know if it's my fingers getting nervous, but the drone just goes a little crazy. It's hard to recover. It's like those fighter jets, when they're in the flight scene, when they're trying to recover. It's like mayday, 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 and then I'm trying to what is that? I don't know. Anyway, the recovery. Let's check out his channel. Samsung Me. This is great. Thank you, Gordy Mylene. Oh, Star Wars. Oh my God, that's so cool. Let me check the audio. Hold on one second. This is gonna be tricky showing your videos only because I don't know if there's music on there. Oh wow, look at this. Cool. We'll subscribe. Thank you. Be sure to subscribe, and hopefully I'll do it like that, and then maybe afterwards show your channel again, because I don't know if there's music on there, and if there's music, this video gets copyright struck and then YouTube hides it because it becomes restricted, and we don't want that. I can try for like a second. I just don't want to ruin this experience and blacklist this video. But that's really cool. Wow. Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. Flying in between trees. I'm ready for like the open field. And then we have here FPV drones. Oh wow, this is hard. Recovery. It's hard when you crash in the snow because you got to get your drone really fast. Let me know if there's music. If there isn't, some gaming. Sometimes the games have music. Be careful when gaming and streaming it to YouTube, because at least for me, I found with all the FPV game, the simulators, I had to shut off the music. Each of them, or I deleted them all. Each of them, and then start over again. Each of my FPV drone experiences were blacklisted because of the music. So that's why when I was flying just now in the simulator, you just heard the motors. So that's just a little tip. Why? I don't know. Because it's not like something you can buy from the record store, right? Wow, a lot of FPV stuff. Oh wow, look, check this out. FPV tree flow? Yeah, I can't do that. Hopefully there's no music. Star Wars is a famous location. Okay, let's press it. Where is it? Go back. We hear the dings, so we'll know if there's music on here. Let's see. Oh, there is. Fuck. You'll have to watch. Oh no, we can still watch it. I think we just mute the music, right? Yeah, there we go. Wow, that's what I want to do. Wow. Fly like that. Except I don't know if I want to fly there with the ferns and all those bushes, because you got to really know what you're doing. I'd be nervous because I wouldn't be worried about the recovery. I'd be more worried about rattlers, snakes, like going to get my drone and getting bit. Oh wow, did you see that? That is so cool. So this is what we want to look. He's spinning around like he told us to do with the Barbie car. What is that called again when you spin like that? Hold on. Like drifting or something like that. He's definitely in acro mode. We can tell, like, look at the angle of the drone. Like, see these little swirls? Wow. Yeah, that's really good. No, I'm not there yet. You'll see me when I do FPV on Friday with Ken. We fly in an open field so that when we crash... Yeah, this guy's definitely You can do the bowling alley. There's like a famous FPV video of some guy flying the bowling alley. Winter is definitely hard because you crash. You want to get to your drone really fast before like the snow starts melting on it. You know. Oh wow! Look at that. That is pretty cool. My God, you just went through like some small spots. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not there yet. Maybe. Oh well, then again, in 13 years I will be. That is so cool. Yeah, that's my biggest fear is flying in between stuff. But then you just practice in the house, right? You just practice, and eventually you'll be doing that too. Oh look, there he is right there. That's so cool. And standing up. How the fuck? These guys. Oh, well, then again, 13 years, right? I can't. I'd have to sit down. I just can't fly standing up. I'm like white knuckle driver. I need to brace yourself. Literally. Wow, and that's smooth. Look how smooth it is, though. I wonder what pit rates he has. These pit rates are because to go slow like that. Wow, phenomenal, phenomenal. Wait, I just played this video. Oh, nice. I just wanted to make sure I had the sound off because sound. If you have the sound on, you get blacklisted. It's a bummer, though. You know, like why you can't share the whole experience. The gaming, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Doom or Nova or Metronode, whatever it's called. Because Mars needs you. Remember that Doom? Yeah, I love that game. That was one of my. But I don't know. I don't game anymore, but because it just takes so much time. I'd rather be doing the FPV. Anyway, I believe we'll just close that out. And see who that is. Yep, and that's it. Orbit. Oh, that's what it's called. Orbit. Thanks for showing my videos. Standing or sitting, what you need to mention is keeping your neck straight. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah, you know, if you saw me in the beginning, I didn't realize it was a thing, but for some reason, I like to keep my neck straight, but I like for this to be taut like that. Like, for some reason, it feels better when this is tight, right? Maybe that's the thing. When you're standing, this is tight because I don't feel like I have more control over the drone when this is not tight. Maybe that's why guys do it standing up, right? I don't know. All I know is that I feel better when this is like, oh yeah, maybe I could fly standing up. Maybe it's this thing, the lanyard, when it's like that, right? Hold on, I'll show you guys. When the lanyard's like this, you have more control over it. Right, and maybe that's why they do it standing up. So maybe I need to bring this in more, but then I'd be flying like that, and it's hard. I'm already comfortable like this sitting down. Even when I sit down, when I go outside, I do the same thing. I make sure that this is tight because I can't. If this is like that for some reason. The tightness is what makes the magic happen. So for me, if I go outside, right, the park, the grass, doesn't matter where it is, I can't even be on my knees. I have to be like that, sitting down. Make sure this is tight. Again, and then I have control. Make sure, sort of, you know, for some reason, yeah, maybe that's it. Sort of. I could, and then it just feels weird like that. I don't feel the remote. I need to feel the remote controller and be one with the one, and I can't. And just know where your kill switches are. Or in my case, I'm always in angle. I'm going to die in angle mode. I don't know. Acro occasionally, like if I want to have a flip, but yeah, just kind of like this. See, I'm just like that, sitting like that, and then you'll see when we go outside. Hopefully on Friday, it just gets weird and uncomfortable. There we go. That's my sweet spot, and then like that, and then when we go outside, maybe we'll go in angle. And I can fly this drone in angle, acro, etc. But I don't think I'm ever gonna fly the Avata 2. Again, I do have Care Refresh with the DJI store in New York City, but I don't even know if they have inventory. Because there's no Care Refresh. So good luck getting, you know, they might give you credit, but then that's it. Yeah, I think like that. Yeah, there we go. It's tricky. We're finding that comfort zone, comfortable spot so that you can fly. Thank you for that. We love it. Go to your twin tapestry. Go to your happy place. FPV brings up their real quick. Yeah, like it brings you up there. Yes, FPV will bring you to your happy place really quick because it's just amazing. You're in the sky and it's like wow. It's amazing. A lot of times people think FPV. Oh, that guy's a pervert. He's watching me. No, we don't give two shits about you. It's like, and then it happened to me one time. I was with my drone, and Karen showed up, and it's like, "What are you doing? Should you be doing that?" I'm like, "Come, have a look." And then all of a sudden, they were like, "Oh my God, wow, when are you coming back?" I'm like, "I'm not. I'm not coming back." This is when I went to Asbury Park in New Jersey, and I got nervous. I thought she was going to call the cops on me, but apparently she was she wanted more. And that's the thing, a lot of people, even some of my neighbors, thought the same thing too. And then they were like, when are you coming back? And now my neighbors like love me, like, hey, we're going back out with the drone again. I'm like, yeah, maybe. And it's hard to when I see them, I try to avoid them because when you want to fly, I don't want to entertain and then stop because I got to look at the drone and do this. It's better to have that problem than the other problem when Karens show up. So now I have to worry about, them chatting me up and like telling me how cool it is, and they want to see and etc. Sometimes moms will bring their kids with the stroller, and when I was doing the Friday night flights, which is fine. You want to have that problem, but you also want to stay focused at your happy place because this is like you're like, oh, I'm gonna fly. And then all of a sudden, like, Lou, look, guys, come, Lou is here. And you can't say, like, to them all, be like, oh, you guys, I just need to focus. No, then they just, like, usually wind up landing and getting a battery and more batteries. And then, but it's a good problem. Don't get me wrong, it's a good problem because some people have worse problems of, like, getting jumped or attacked and, reported, police showing up. No, I don't have that problem. My problem is like, it's not me time. It's we time. It's not my happy place. It's everyone's happy place. Come, guys. Come, Billy. Look, Lou's here. He's gonna show us the drone. Anyway, that's pretty much it. But thank you for that. Love it. We're gonna practice next week. We'll see you. Just look out for the schedule of the stream. If it's glitching out, you'll know because I'll have to quit the stream. No, I'm not worried about power lines because I don't fly near. I keep away from the power lines, and if I'm flying the Mavic 4, I always make sure I'm 200 feet up before actually going left, right, forwards, or backwards. And with the FPV, I don't you're like you're always flying like you were trying to teach us. You're always flying them low. I don't fly these things to, at least I don't, through skyscrapers and, near power lines. If I see power lines, I keep away. I don't have that confidence. If I was scouting out a place, I'd be like, nah, I'm not going there. I'd find an open field. You'll see us on Friday. Friday, we're going to be doing a live stream and you'll see where we go. I have to actually, you might see me come live again with the other drone just to test out. Because I need to make sure that the keys are working. Because as you saw, but yeah, I keep away from the power line. I'm not that good. Power lines, any lines, on site survey. Nah, take your time and walk around. Yeah, I take my time. That's another thing. Definitely, you want to do that. It's like think of it as Gordio Malign said. I used to do a lot of night hikes, right? But I would never do a night hike with a group or anyone, even on my own, if I had never hiked there during the day. And the same thing goes with FPV or flying. Scout out the area, know where you are, walk it so you can get an idea. So when you do crash, like me, you're like, oh, I know where that is. That's over there. Because otherwise, it's gonna be like geocaching. You're gonna be like, it looks like that over there. Oh yeah, no, it looks like that over there. Everything looks the same. But if you scouted it out, right, like Gordia Malign says, you'll know where it is. You're like, oh, I know where that is. That's over there. So scout it out, get a feel for the area, and then just get a feel for the area to know when it's going to be busy, right? Maybe 10 o'clock's a bad time because the kids are practicing their craft with lacrosse. Maybe after dinner is better because everyone's home. stuff like that. Or maybe there's an ordinance there. Maybe it says a sign that says no drones. So a lot comes into play, and you're scouting it out for your recovery, permissions, and safety. Like, so then now you've been there before, and well, it's kind of like hiking in the dark. Oh, I know where we are. I'll just keep walking that way. You just get a feel for it, and you just become one with the property. And that's a good point. Good that you pointed that out, because a lot of people don't do that. But some guys are good that way. I've seen some of those YouTube videos where they do it in one take. That's not me. And if that's not you, then do that. But if that is you, you can do it on one take. Kudos to you. Anyway, we have Bob. When I worked in the cannabis industry, they had a big ass drone, almost the size of a golf cart. Wow. Cannabis and drones. Well, the rule of thumb is 8 hours from bottle to throttle, but apparently not at the cannabis store. I once had a gummy, I have to say, and never again though, because I was like, wow, it's not working, because it didn't hit me until later. So maybe I'll just have another one. And yeah, that's another story. But yeah, that was the closest I came to cannabis. I was like, oh, I don't want to smoke. I don't want to mess up my lungs, because I need them. And then like, well, you should try a gummy or the brownies. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I tried. I was like, no, this doesn't work. And then afterwards, like, oh shit, what's happening? Like, oh, whatever your anxieties and fears are, it brings it out like 100-fold. So if you're like cool, chill, and relax, you're going to be like cool, chill, and more chill and relax. And whatever thoughts you think are enhanced more. So if you start thinking more psychedelic thoughts, it'll enhance that even more. If you start being paranoid, it's gonna make you more paranoid. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? They're coming, like I was like, you have to call an ambulance. I'm not feeling so good. And like, oh no, we're gonna get arrested for drug trafficking because we bought it in New Jersey and now we're here in New York. And they're like, chill, man, chill. It's legal. It's legal in New York. It's legal in New Jersey. Don't worry about it. And I was like, we have to flush it down the toilet. Yeah, but never again. It's not for everyone, but it was an interesting experience. I was like, I just want something that'll make me chill. And then they had like the high THC number. I was like, oh, this is a good one for someone who's first starting out, because apparently everyone's there as an expert, so you tell them what experience you want, and then they bust out the little baggies that, like the different this is for this experience, this is for that. I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. And you're like, that's me, that's so me, I like that. And then you go and you're like, oh wow, I got my first gummy, this is so nice. And then like, remember, eat it sparingly. Like, remember, don't eat it all in one sitting. And I'm thinking like, remember, don't eat it all. But then you eat it, and you're like, this doesn't work. And you're like, oh shit, it does work. And then there's no way to get it out of your system except to like have it ride out. Like there's no way, so even if you went to the ER, they would probably give you a sedative so that you can ride it out. So just ride it out. But FPV and drones do not go together, unless you're like the bot grinder, right? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you for your help, Gordy Maline. Excellent. We're going to work on that next time, without the gummies, of course. Bob, thanks for sharing that. And that is pretty much it. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. All right, that's it, guys. Ciao.
My name's How to Baloo, that's what they call me online. Everything that glitches, yeah, that channel's mine. Got filaments spinning in the middle of the night. Multicolor magic in the printer's light. Lego on the floor and slippers on my feet. In my little basement where the air hums to the beat. Alexa turns the lights off when I say goodnight, but I'm still wide awake watching layers stack just right. Layer by layer, watch it come alive. Plastic dreams keeping this country boy high. Hear that motor singing like a late night bar in a basement room. I'm a backyard star. I'm How to Baloo and I'm a rock star. Basement stage, but I'm dreaming big and channel, big time dream. I'm how to buy Lou, I'm a rock star. Printer running hot at full speed every day. Multicolor layers stacking my way. Lego scattered on the ground. Country boy tech with a plastic sound. When I'm not printing, I'm flying my drone up in the sky where I feel at home. I'm a drone nerd, yeah, I roam around, buzzing through the fields with that freedom sound. Ventilation blowing straight into my mic. Can't read the chat, but I'm feeling alright. Maybe someday I'll slow it down, catch every comment from this little town. I'm how to buy Lou and I'm a rock star. Live in that basement boulevard. Market guy in Swedish forge in the dark, lighting up the stream like a neon bar. Subscribing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit that button, keep the dream alive. I'm how to buy Lou, I'm a rock star. Yeah, I know I miss a comment line. Scrolling too fast, but I'm trying to shine. From America to wherever you are, we're building this channel like a brand new car. Filament dreams and a drone in the sky. Basement king and I don't know why, but every single stream feels right.